Hello there everyone, welcome to another game collection update on the brand new channel Bo Collects Games. That's my name now. If you don't know, if you're new here, I have another channel called Bo Talks Games where I cover Nintendo news. I decided to segment it and really focus on collecting stuff on its own channel, weekly collection videos, because I got a lot of comments being like, I just want to see your collecting stuff, man. So I decided to do that, and here we are with our first collection update for this new channel. So this month, or the past month and a half, 2 months, I got a lot of DS games, obviously a lot of Switch games as always, because Switch collector brain. I also got some complete in-box GBA stuff, and most importantly, I finally got something that I have been meaning to buy for a very long time, a Grail, if you will. It's something I could have bought a long time ago, but for some reason it just kept like evading me, avoiding me. I just never for some reason did it, but I finally buckled down and finally bought something pretty pricey that I've been needing to add to my collection for Switch, so very excited about that. All right, so starting off here, we actually have 3 first-party releases from Nintendo. That's how long it's been since I did a collection update. I know Nintendo World Championships NES Edition is coming out this Thursday. By the time you're watching it, it'll already be out, but that'll be in the next video. I am buying that. But starting off, we have Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Very happy that this came over to Switch. Obviously, it's my least favorite of the 3, but hey, I'll take any Luigi's Mansion representation I can get. If this game sells well, Luigi's Mansion 3 obviously sold well, I imagine we will get the first game, which is what I ultimately want on Switch. But happy to have this game come over from 3DS. We also have Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. I'll be honest, I have not played too much of that one yet. I made the mistake of playing Origami King right before Thousand-Year Door came out, and I burned myself out because I beat that in like a week. And then I started Thousand-Year Door, and I was like, yeah, this is obviously better than Origami King, but I'm kind of Paper Mario'd out right now, and I actually played another Mario RPG in close proximity, so I need to get back to Thousand-Year Door. I need to finish it, but obviously happy to have that in the collection. And then the other new release from Nintendo is Endless Ocean Luminous. Very cool to see them bring this IP back. I played it for maybe 5 or 6 hours. I had fun with it. It's nothing, special. I wouldn't spend $50 on it if I wasn't a collector brain collector. I did a stream with a bunch of other YouTubers. That was pretty fun. It's a very calming game, but it can get very repetitive because it's all like randomly generated and stuff. I don't know. If you think you like it, you probably like it. Very serene game. Maybe put on a podcast while you play it, or just listen to the, soothing music, that kind of thing. Not for everybody, but I liked it. Then we have some games I bought through Video Games Plus, a Canadian retailer. They do a lot of really cool restocks, as well as just nice discounts. So first thing I bought from them, I think this was on sale for like maybe 20, 30 bucks. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I don't think I showed this in any prior videos. This is from Vanillaware. They just released Unicorn Overlord. Of course, they're known for doing Muramasa the Demon Blade and Dragon's Crown and stuff. So I recently played Unicorn Overlord. Absolutely love that game. Then I went back and played Grimoire once more because I already had it. I didn't even realize it was Vanillaware. And 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is another one of their games that people very much praise on Nintendo Switch. It came out on PS4 a few years ago. But yeah, this is one I'm excited to get to because I really, really loved Unicorn Overlord. I also picked up Langrisser 1 and 2. This is one of their restocks from NIS America. If you're new here, I am going for a full NIS America set. I already have most of the games they've published on Switch, missing a few things here and there, but picked up this because it was restocked. This is a strategy RPG series I've heard good things about. Next up, we have a trio of games that were also on sale through VGP. Not sponsored by them, by the way. Just a cool website with good deals sometimes. But we got Sega Genesis Classics Collection, over 50 classic games. I had forgotten that they even did this collection because, to be honest, like, during the PS3 and even PS2, I guess, like, these collections were so prominent, but no one really talks about this kind of stuff anymore. I know Atari did that Atari 50 collection, I think back in 2022. And they're like re-releasing that this year with more games. Kind of weird. But I got the Sega Genesis Classics Collection, as well as Sonic Colors Ultimate and Sonic Frontiers. I'm not sure how Sonic Frontiers runs on Switch. I know Sonic Colors Ultimate had a lot of issues. I can't imagine Frontiers runs that well, but wanted to have these for my Sonic collection on Nintendo Switch. Also, Sonic Colors, I never even played Ultimate, but I love Sonic Colors on Wii. It's one of my favorite Sonic games. In fact, I would say it probably is my favorite Sonic game overall, honestly, even more than Mania and Generations. So happy to have it. I will replay it eventually. Maybe not on PS4, though. And then last 2 regular games for Switch. I'll save the Holy Grail thing for the end. Obviously, gotta clickbait you all. Sorry. It's 2 anime games. You all know me. I love my anime. I love my anime games. So I picked up One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, which I love. I love Warriors games. I love One Piece. So this one was going up in price. I think I got it for like 30 or 35 bucks. It's steadily just rising. It's like 45, 50 now at the time of recording, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it was just like a limited release. It came out back in, I want to say 2020, and they've just been updating it ever since. They never just released One Piece Pirate Warriors 5. They're still just doing DLC for it, which seems to be the case for a lot of anime games nowadays, where like you see Xenoverse 2 still getting updated, you see Dragon Ball Z Kakarot still gets updates, and that's a story-based single-player game that came out 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago, and it's still getting like major expansions. So it seems that DLC is just the standard way that anime games get updated now. But I wanted to have this, which then sent me down a rabbit hole for a much more interesting game on Nintendo Switch, and that is Pirate Warriors 3 Deluxe Edition. This one's kind of uncommon, kind of hard to find, a little pricey if you do find it. This only got a physical release in Japan as well as Europe. Obviously, I opted to get a European copy, which is what I'm talking about. You can find a Japanese copy of this game pretty easily, but getting a European copy of One Piece Pirate Warriors 3, not the easiest. I've played through this already as well back on PS4, back when it came out, but a great game. I love Warriors games. I don't know what to say, man. You either like Warriors games or you don't. I frankly just really enjoy them every once in a while. I'm not going to play a bunch of Warriors games back to back, but every once in a while, like maybe once, twice a year even. I did manage to get my hands on one Wii U game I didn't have, or technically didn't have, so I'm going for a full Wii U set for those new, and I'm getting very close. But now I'm just going for the weird stuff. A lot of the easy stuff, I need easy stuff, is really expensive, like Turbo and Book of Unwritten Tales 2 and Fatal Frame, the European version, because then I get a physical here. So I'm going for all the weirdo stuff that no one really cares about, and I managed to snag a copy of this for $30, Monster Hunter Frontier G6 edition. So this is the MMO that came out in Japan, and I believe there's 7 or 8 versions of this release for the Wii U in Japan. Dragon Quest X has a similar amounts of releases where it got different covers, and I assume the data is probably the same on the disc, but it does have like different disc art and everything. So just a very unique thing that is kind of hard to come by. There's some listed for very expensive on eBay, like $200, but then a lot of them don't even have any listed at all. If you go on like Worth Point or something, you can find solds, but it's kind of uncommon for a copy of this to even appear online, so I had to snag that. I'm not positive I'm like committed to going for every Wii U variant, but when they pop up, when it's this weirdly rare, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna get that because I'm going for the full Wii U set, and it's a cool piece of Wii U history. All right, next up, I'll show off some DS games I bought. So I've been really focusing on handhelds recently for some reasons that'll become apparent in the coming months on my other channel. But I've recently been going for the DS, not set or anything, but like a lot of first-party stuff. I was missing just a lot of very clear, like staple Nintendo DS games, and I have more coming in the mail, so next time I do another one of these collection updates, there'll be plenty to show in that as well. But first up, I already had a cartridge for this, but I bought a case and manual for Bowser's Inside Story. Not in the best shape, but it was pretty cheap, so I was like, you know what? I need to get a complete copy of that. As well as finally adding Partners in Time to my collection. Very excited to finally play through this game. I've never played it before. I've heard it's really good. I don't know if that's true or not, but this one's pretty expensive. This is like 60 or 70 bucks. But at this point, it was the only one I was missing, so I was like, yeah, I might as well go ahead and get it. But then we have 4 Nintendo DS games from Nintendo First Party that just like, I never see anybody talk about. In fact, actually one of these, it's Nintendo published, but they didn't make it. So first up is Wario Master of Disguise. I think this is basically just a Wario Land game, but I swear I've never heard anybody say anything about this game, neither bad nor positive. There's just nothing about this game, man. But it seems very similar to Princess Peach Showtime in that you just have all the different types of Warios, or I guess maybe a more apt comparison would be like Kirby. It's a Wario game, but you have different costumes and different abilities. Haven't gotten a chance to play yet. I think that would be a fun game to do a video on. I also picked up a copy of Yoshi Touch and Go. I actually have played this one back on the Wii U Virtual Console. Not a very good game, but wanted to get it for the DS collection. And then we have 2 that I've always been very, very curious about. First up is Mario Hoops 3-on-3. I believe Square Enix developed this game for some reason. This is a Mario basketball game, our only Mario basketball game that we've gotten over the years. I've always been very intrigued by this. I remember seeing it in like Walmart and Target as a kid, just being like, I want that. I never bought it though, so excited to check out that. And then finally, sadly this is not fully complete, but I got a really good deal on it, so I just went ahead and did it, and I'll complete it later. Metroid Prime Pinball. It does not have the Rumble Pack, but I've been very intrigued by a bunch of different pinball games recently. In fact, you'll see one in the next game collection update that I picked up, Nintendo Pinball game. But yeah, I wanted to pick up this. I already had Prime Hunters, so now I have both Metroid games on DS. Very intrigued by this. I feel like, how could I not like this? I like pinball games. I like Metroid. Samus has a pinball ball. That seems like a win-win situation for me. And then final thing, I already had a cartridge for this, but once again completed it, was this copy of Final Fantasy III. This is the 3D remake that came out. I played like, I want to say 70% of Final Fantasy 3 through the Pixel Remaster last year, and I lost where I was. Like, I stopped playing it for something, and then I lost all memory of it. And I tried to load it up, and I was like, all right, where am I? What am I doing? And I just couldn't figure it out. So I think I'm good on that, though. I don't think I need to reset the Pixel Remaster. I think eventually I will just play through this remake on DS. But that's not it for DS, because there was a really good deal I got on eBay. I think it was like $110 for this full bundle of 4 Pokemon games, some Funko Pops, and a bonus thing they just threw in, which is really weird to me and I want to talk about. So, Pokemon, one of my favorite series, Pokemon games on DS, very, very expensive. I got some Pokemon spin-offs here, nothing mainline, because those are truly, truly expensive. But in that bundle was included Pokemon Troze Completes. I like Pokemon Shuffle, I like Battle Troze on 3DS. I've never played this one. I assume it's just a more basic version, but a little Pokemon Match 3 game. I mess with it, you know, it's cool. As well as a complete copy of Pokemon Ranger. I'd already had the case for this, but yeah, just got a complete copy of this. I played this as a kid, I love Ranger. Would love to see them bring it back, but happy to have this back in my collection. As well as a pair of Mystery Dungeon games. I haven't played either of these either, Explorers of Time and Explorers of Darkness. I know this is the era of Mystery Dungeon for Pokemon that everybody loves, because it has like the hunger system and all that. Here's my confession. I've only beaten Gates to Infinity, which apparently is the one everybody hates, but I remember really, really liking Gates to Infinity when I played it back in 2013, so I'm excited to give these a go. Explorers of Sky is very expensive. That's like pushing like $200 now for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's like the favorite, right? So maybe that's why it's pushing such high prices. But that was a really good deal already. But then they threw in these, so just, I don't collect Funko, but there was a Charmander Funko Pop, kind of grody, as well as a Bulbasaur Funko. But then they also just threw into the package something else entirely, which is like neat. I don't collect this kind of thing, but it's an Ash hat signed by, I want to butcher her name here, Sarah Natochenny, I believe, is the current voice actor for Ash in the anime. It's like authorized by Beckett, so it's her signature. I don't know. It wasn't in the listing. It wasn't in the photos. It wasn't in the description. They just tossed it in the package. I messaged them just being like, hey, what's the story behind this hat? And they never responded to me. But yeah, very weird thing to add. It's kind of gross. Like I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's like, it kind of needs a wash, but I know I can't really wash a signed hat. So yeah, weird thing that got included, and it was already a pretty good deal for some DS games. I'm not complaining. All right, we're coming up on the end here. I almost forgot to show this, but I did pick up the Persona 3 Reload. I believe it's the Aegis edition from GameStop. They had it on sale for $50, and I didn't have Persona 3 Reload yet. I was gonna just wait for the Switch 2 version. Like, this game is going to come to Switch 2, but for $50 with the statue, I was like, that's a no-brainer. So it's still sealed. I obviously have not had time to play this yet, but yeah, very, very weird to see it go on sale for $50. I don't even know if it was a price error or what. I was just scrolling my phone in bed one night and Wario64 tweeted, hey, Persona 3 Reload Collection Edition, $50 on GameStop. I was like, okay, I guess. But now we get to what I would consider the bangers of this pickups video. Not that the other stuff wasn't bangers, but like, this is the stuff I'm really geeking out about recently that I picked up. So first off, we have 2 complete in box GBA games. One of them I had the cartridge for. I bought it from my friend Kevin like a year or 2 ago. I showed it in a video on the other channel, but I bought the box and manual and other inserts for Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I mentioned earlier that I now have all of them with Partners in Time, and yeah, I did complete my copy of Superstar Saga, which is just super cool to have complete in box. I don't know if you can see it back there. I don't really have that many GBA games complete in box. The best things I have, my girlfriend had bought me, like Minish Cap I have, and Zelda 2, as well as Final Fantasy 6. But yeah, really cool to have Mario and Luigi complete in the collection. As well as, way more importantly, one of my favorite games ever made. It used to be like $300 complete, but I did get a complete copy of Metroid Fusion. This is my favorite 2D Metroid game, so to have this complete in box is just really weird. Like, it's kind of surreal. Like, my entire life I've collected video games, but I never really had like a good like GBA collection, and that's starting to really take form now with a couple of these games. So definitely happy to add these 2 to the collection, and hey, maybe next month there'll be even more GBA games. Wink wink, nudge nudge. There's gonna be more GBA games, trust me. All right, now the final thing, I teased it at the beginning, a holy grail of my collection for Switch. A game that is my favorite Switch game, actually, and I just didn't have the special edition for. And it's been bugging me for years. It's a game I didn't buy at release, or if I bought it at release, I didn't play it until like a month or 2 after, and it quickly became my favorite Switch game, and I've regretted not buying the special edition for this game ever since it released, and ever since I played it, because it got very expensive very quickly, and recently I decided, you know what, I love this game, I'm going for a big collection of stuff from this franchise, I need to just bite the bullet and buy it. So I got a complete copy of the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Special Edition. This is my favorite Xenoblade game by far, actually. I mean, Xenoblade 3 is really, really good. But I don't know, Xenoblade 2, there's something special about this cast, the story, the world, the music, everything about this game I really, really love. So to have the Special Edition in my collection now it's just awesome, man. I mean, I already had the Special Edition for 1 and 3, and it always just felt weird not having this one. Like, this is my favorite game in the series, and I didn't have it. This did come with an extra copy of the game, so I just have an extra copy to do something with now. Maybe I'll give it to a friend, try to indoctrinate them in the Xenoblade fandom, but very happy to finally add this to my collection. It's going down in price a little bit. I think I maybe paid $180 after shipping for this. Shipping, of course, being kind of heavy with the art book and everything in there, but very happy to have this now. And with that, I'm only missing really one more first-party Switch game special edition that I want to get, and that is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think I'm also missing the special edition for Smash Ultimate, where it comes with a Pro Controller, but I don't know how much I care about that. But Three Houses would be the one that I would get next, just to complete, because like a lot of the Switch special editions, I don't know if you guys have noticed, have like the same size. You can't see them above me, but I have them all lined up, and Three Houses is the one I'm missing that really fits in with that sizing, so definitely want to get that, even though I don't love Three Houses. But with all that said, that is going to do it for today's game collection update. But of course, as always, let me know in the comments down below what you think of my pickups, but more importantly, what have you guys been picking up? What have you picked up and added to your collection? Even if you aren't like a serious game collector, what have you added, what have you bought recently, and what are you playing? I mean, we can just get a whole little conversation going down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Of course, as always, I would very greatly appreciate it if you subscribe, since this is a new channel, trying to get monetized, all that, get some boost in the algorithm for this new collecting channel. Videos every Sunday, so next Sunday you will see me again with something else. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, every Sunday uploads. Game collecting channel. Cool. I'm happy to be doing this finally. Bye-bye!